I mean, sure, like my whole identity was like this thing, and I really was struggling, but it really was like internal because I think like from the outside looking in, I hadn't really done anything. I didn't like announce to the world like I'm retiring or I quit or like, thanks for everything everybody. I just sort of quietly stopped being sponsored and stopped like just doing all that stuff and caring. And it felt really good. I was like, oh, like I'm gonna go to the skate shop. I'm gonna like buy a board. I'm gonna wear the shoes I want. I'm gonna go skate curbs with my friends, and it was awesome. And it was like, oh, it was like something I really needed. So my identity as a skateboarder didn't change. Just my identity as like a pro skater, and like even today, like I guess I'm still a pro skater. Like I have a board, gave myself a board. Like like I'm still a pro skater, but during that like little window of time where I was like kind of taking a break, it was depressing. I had like a full blown identity crisis where I was like, oh wow, like I'm not that thing anymore. I chose this, like, which I took comfort in because a lot of people don't get to choose. A lot of people are just like, they're just like thrown out. They're just like, see you later. But I chose to do it, and I definitely had like kind of a crisis. I mean, sci-fi is sort of a result of a depression post that decision. So like I decided to do that, very depressed, and then sci-fi sort of like brought me out of that because I always had like my photography, but I never really wanted to like I didn't want to become like a commercial photographer to like make money. I wanted to keep. I was like very protective of it. I was like I want photography to just be my art, and so when sci-fi happened, it was sort of an opportunity to sort of reevaluate what I was capable of. So in that way, I'm like just really grateful for it. And it was really my wife actually who kind of like got me out of that. She was just like, "You're so miserable. Like you need to do something." Kind of getting fed up with me. She's like, "I can't stand you being like this every day. Like this is so annoying." I was like, "I know." And then that's how it started.
So what were you doing day to day life before sci-fi, but after the sponsors?
Honestly, like I was just skating with my friends and I was just like walking around, shooting photos, just sort of enjoying, just sort of trying to enjoy myself, but at the same time totally stressing out. I don't know, it's hard to explain.
Mm-hmm.
I really wasn't doing anything, and it was nice. I had the luxury of doing that. So I did appreciate that. But yeah, I was just sort of lost. And I think like I needed to be lost for a while in order to like really try to focus on something because I don't know. I just had stopped caring about being a pro skater and I needed like a time. And it's so funny like I'm being melodramatic, I'm like making it sound like it was like this, you know, like like it was like ruining my life being a pro skater, but it wasn't. It was just sort of spiritual. Like I needed to like be away from this thing that consumed my life for like 20 years, 20 plus years.
Yeah, how different is it today having a board on sci-fi, which is your thing, versus having a board on someone else's thing, or dealing with sponsors? What are they exactly asking of you? Because obviously, if you have a board on your own shit, it's like you're kind of the boss, so you have more control. You don't have to necessarily put any things on yourself that you don't want. But if it's shoe sponsor, maybe clothing, truck sponsor, wheel sponsor, board sponsor, then you're just dealing with more people. So how different is that?
Well, today I don't have any sponsors.
Yeah.
Like, I don't deal with any of that sort of by choice. Like I guess I could like I could get like a truck sponsor or something, but it's just like why? Like I don't need to do that. Um, and it's I think it's I mean it's nice writing for my own company because yeah, like I'm in charge. But like um it feels different because I don't know, it feels different for me because like sci-fi's like it's like so much of my personality. It's just so different. Like if you like if you like ride for Baker, it's like Baker is Baker, and like you need to find a way to like fit in there. Or if you ride for like whatever like girl or whatever, it's just like you ride for their company. And what's nice about sci-fi for me, and only I can say this, but like it's just like it's like those are like all my ideas, and there's like a different kind of like um, I don't know, appreciation for that. I keep saying appreciation a lot, but um, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it.
It sounds just better, honestly.
I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't like blanket call it better because it kind of depends on where you are in life. Because back in the day, I would never want to have a skateboard company because it was just so fun, like just being on someone else's ride. You're just like, oh, like all I got to do is skate with my friends and like film and like that's it. Sick. You know, like no responsibility. Like now I have tons of responsibility. I'm responsible for like other skaters. Like that like is stressful. So it's good and bad, you know, like they're like sure you're in total control, but then you're also totally responsible. Like if some shit happens or like someone's unhappy or you know you're unhappy, it's like what if I was just like I don't want to do this tomorrow, then like the whole everybody would be like oh what are we gonna do, you know, like so that is kind of scary, you know, but it feels really good. It's like cooking a giant dinner and like all your friends are there and they're all enjoying it, you know, you're like oh that feels good, you know, it kind of feels like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many skate companies now. How do you feel? How do you feel Sci-Fi is carving its own way? Are you consciously doing that, or is it just a result of whatever it is that you are?
I feel like it's probably just a result of what I'm doing because I'm not really looking. I wasn't like I didn't really like come into this being like, all right, like what like what market's not being represented here? How am I gonna fill that gap? I was just kind of like, well, I'm just gonna make what I like and see what happens. Um, the other way would feel kind of not genuine to me, but I like that there are so many companies, and I like that there are so many small companies. Like, there's a lot of companies that are like the size of Sci-Fi, and I think that's like healthy. I don't think I mean I lived through the time where it was just like where like kind of like all the big companies decided everything, and I think there was just less room for more ideas. And I like that about now, where like you can, you know, there are so many different types of companies, and think that's I think that's perfect.
What do you have planned going forward for Sci-Fi or your art or even skating?
Well, for skating, um, I don't know. I'm getting kind of old, so like I can't do all my ideas anymore, which is pretty frustrating. But I mean, we're gonna make a video, so like that's a nice. I think like video parts have always been something that I sort of both dread and look really forward to because there really are like it's like when a musician makes an album or something, you know, it's like this like it's just this collection of work and ideas that represents you, and I really enjoy that process.